Hello there, it's Anna here. Welcome to Little Crochet Farm. Today I'm gonna show you how to crochet this Baby Rattle toy or teething ring. It's one pattern from the kind of safari animals collection I made because my baby girl liked it very much, the zebra. It's this one. It's available, the pattern, for free in the website. There is no video tutorial for this one, but it's very simple to crochet and there is pictures to help you out. I also made this one, which is a full rattle, and I put more strong noise here. Actually, this became her favorite toy. I will be publishing this later on, but now let's start crocheting this little one. It's very fast. I hope you like. We'll start here with the magic ring or a magic circle, and you will crochet inside this magic ring 6 single crochet. Okay, if this video is too fast for you and you don't know how to do it the magic ring, there is a video tutorial only about the magic ring here on this channel, where I go slowly and step by step for this. I think you can see it pretty well how it's done here, but if it's something too fast for you, please check that out. It's very nice and very fast video as well. So let's work here the first round with this 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now we pull this tight, close the ring, and let's move on for the second round. Here for the second round you will work 6 increases. You'll have a total of 12 stitches at the end of this round. And here I want to tell you that when I mention 1 increase, that means you will crochet 2 single crochet inside 1 stitch. Okay, so this is my first increase. Now moving on to the second stitch, I work 2 single crochet inside here, and so on. Okay, work your 2 single crochet inside each stitch, and once you're done, I want to show you here how I like to double secure the beginning of my thread, just to make sure this hole will remain closed. I introduce the beginning of my yarn into a sewing needle and I wave inside the first round. This I do every time I'm beginning a detail or the toy, every time I finish the first or the second round. Alright, now I'll add here a stitch marker. In my case I like to use a piece of a different color yarn, and we will move on for the third round. For the third round here you'll work 1 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 6 times, and you have a total of 18 stitches at the end of this round. So here you'll work 1 single crochet and 1 increase. Again, 1 increase is 2 single crochet inside the same stitch, and you'll repeat this all around here the round. Okay, and I will catch you up at the end. This is how it should be looking like. For the fourth round you will work 2 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 6 times, and you should have 24 stitches at the end of your round. So let's work here again the first repetition together. Let me show you here fast. This is 1, 2, and here is my increase. Repeat this all the way around, and once you're done, this is how it should be looking like. Now for the fifth round you will work 3 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 6 times, and you should have 30 stitches at the end of this round. So first repetition here we work together. This is my increase. Alright, so here we have 1, 2, 3, and increase over here. Repeat all the way around. And let's move on for round number 6. You will work 4 single crochet, 1 increase, Repeat 6 times and you should have 36 stitches at the end of the round. Here, make sure to count how many stitches you have at the end of every round. This can help you very much with the stitches, okay? It helps you to keep on track. And if you need to unravel, it's just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the increase. Repeat all the way until the end. And let's move on for round number 7. Here you will work 5 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 6 times, and you should have 42 stitches at the end of this round. Let's work here the first repetition. All the stitches and technique used for this toy, you have a video tutorial here in this channel. If you have any question, you can of course leave them in the comment box below. I will be happy to help you, okay? Alright, so we have it here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and increase over here. Work all the way around. And let's move on for round number 8. Here you'll work 6 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat 6 times, and you should have 48 stitches at the end of this round. So once again, let's work here our first repetition together. Alright, now we reach here the increase. Super good. Let's count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the increase. Repeat all the way around. And this is how it should be looking like. Now we will start working the length here of this toy. And for this we'll start with 2 rounds with 48 single crochet, and then we will introduce the black yarn. Alright? So here you can stop the video, work here 2 rounds. It's very simple, very easy, just 48 single crochet, and then we'll catch you up so we can work with the both colors together. Super good. So we can see here, this is the last round this is the 2 rounds with only 48 single crochet, okay? Now let's go here, we will work together the round 11 with the black yarn. So here you work 3 single crochet with the white. So once you reach the 3rd stitch, you will work here color change. Here I'm working the most simple color change possible, okay? If you don't know how to work the color changes, there is a complete video tutorial here showing you the 4 more used ways to change colors in crochet toys, so you can choose the one who suits you better. And in black you will work here 10 single crochet. Alright, so let's work here this first change together. Okay, as you can see, I crocheted on top of the beginning of my yarn here with the black. So we have this yarn very tight and secure. And we'll move on here with the black yarn. Alright. And then you'll change again to white, so we can have the stripes of this zebra very nice worked. So once you reach the end, the last stitch here, stitch number 10, you change back to white yarn, okay? And now you work 14 stitches in white. So here now you know how it's done. You just work all of your 14 stitches here, and I will catch you up for the next change. Okay, so once you reach here the last stitch of this 14 white, so when you arrive on the stitch number 14, you do a color change and you crochet 10 stitches in black again, okay? And once you're done with the 10 stitches in black, you will work 11 single crochet in white or the remaining stitches in white. you can follow the pattern here. It's very simple and easy. I just wanted to work the color changes with you. Now we will work a couple of repetitions of this what we've done. 2 rounds without the stripes, 1 round with a stripe. So round 12 and 13 only 48 single crochet in white, and then round 14 and the next round like 17 with the stripes. Okay, so this is how you're gonna work on it. You'll work round 12 and 13 with 48 single crochet and round 14 with the stripes. And I wanted to show you here to carry on the yarn. Okay, you just go, I don't carry yarn all the time. I carry yarn, you see, as I'm showing you here, once in a while. So this is optional to you. You can carry the yarn, but you don't need to because it will be facing inside of the toy. Once you move on for the first repetition, you will work again round 15 and 16, 48 single crochet, round 17, 1 round with the stripes, and then I will catch you up after that. So just remember here to work your carry-on yarn, see if you jump, if you work all the way inside, just make sure to do it sometimes so the yarn is not jumping from one side to side. Okay, once you've finished everything, you'll work 1 more round here on top with 48 single crochet, so the round 18 with a single crochet. Here I want to show you how it looks like the inside of my toy. Okay, and you will move on for the round number 19. Okay, follow on the pattern. We did the first rounds together, so it's easy for you to understand it better how to crochet this. But basically you're just adding the stripes. You're repeating the same rounds as we did it together. So now we start here with the decrease for the round 19. You work 6 single crochet and 1 decrease. Here, as you can see, we work invisible decrease for crochet toys, and once again we have a video tutorial here on this channel showing you only the invisible decrease. Okay, once you're done, we will move on for round 20, which is where you're going to work 5 single crochet, 1 decrease, repeat 6 times, and you should have here 36 single crochet at the end of this round. So let's work here the first repetition together. Your first invisible decrease, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, and this is my decrease. Work all the way around, and let's move on for rounds number 21. Here you'll work 4 single crochet, 1 decrease, repeat 6 times, and you should have 30 single crochet at the end of this round. Okay, if this video is too fast for you, please let me know in the comment box below so I can know how to adjust better to your needs. But this is basically a lot of repetition. That's why I like to do the first one with you, and the ones that you need just to repeat, I explain you how it's done. 1 2 3, and this is the decrease. Okay, now let's move on for the next round. I'm sorry, it's 4 single crochet on the previous one. So it's 1 2 3 4. I counted 4 actually. Here, okay, let's move on for the next round, and let's work here our first invisible decrease. All right, and then we will move on for the next round. Super good. Now for the round number 23, you'll work 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, repeat 6 times, and you should have 18 stitches at the end of the round. Okay, here we will stop here eventually to add stuffing material and the rattle noise. So let's just work a couple of repetitions here. I will not work all the way until the end, as you can see by my stitch marker here. I just want to show you this is my stitch marker. Oh, this is my rattle noise. Okay, and I will mix now the rattle noise together with the stuffing material. Okay, add here stuffing material mixed, and then you add the rattle noise, move on, finish your round, alright, reach the stitch marker, and then move on for round number 24, where you're gonna work 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. Here I just want to tell you that I stop in the middle of the round so I have room enough to introduce here inside the rattle noise, because my rattle noise is a little bit bigger. Depending on the size of your rattle noise you don't need, but just to make it sure, you know, when is the right moment for you to add the rattle noise and the stuffing material. Once you finish the round, this is the last round. I like to stop my toys once I reach 12 stitches and then finish them off, fasten them off. And how I do this is I introduce my yarn into a tapestry needle, and then I grab only the front loop of the stitch, as you can see it here. Grab just the front loop of the stitch. Make sure that you're grabbing just the front loop, not in the middle of the thread, because then it will be much easier for you to pull it tight once you reach at the end. I will show you here. And it will be nice and, you know, neat. So you pull this tight, you close your magic ring here, your last round. This is not a magic ring, this is just the last round. You close this very nicely, and now I like to weave in inside. There is, again, a video tutorial showing you how I like to fasten off my toys. And that's it, we finish with the head. Now let's move on, we'll start crocheting here the snout. And for the beginning of the snout, you will repeat rounds 1 and 2 from the beginning of this video, okay? That means you will work 6 single crochet inside the magic ring, and then you will work 6 increases, okay, having a total of 12 stitches. So I trust you already know how to work round 1 and 2, or you can go back at the beginning of this video, alright? Once you finish round 1 and 2, we will move on for round number 3. Here you will work 3 increases, 3 single crochet, and repeat 3 times. Here when I say 3 increases means you will work 1 increase in 1 stitch, 1 increase on the stitch next to it, and 1 increase on the stitch next to it. Okay, so you have 2 stitches in the next 3 stitches of the round. I hope this is clear. So you have 2 stitches in 1 stitch, 2 stitches in 1 stitch, 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Here, here, and here. And then 1, 2, 3. 3 single crocheted. Following up, okay? You repeat this all until the end, or 2 more times, and you should have 18 stitches at the end of this round. Now, once you're done, you will work round 4 and 5, just 18 stitches. Okay? Very simple, very easy. Just work here your 2 rounds, and once you're done, your snout is done. This is how it should be looking like. We can cut now this thread here, leaving a room for sewing, so you can leave a big tail here for sewing later. Now with the white we will start working the ears here of the zebra, and we'll work slow here and together because it's a small detail, okay? So for the first round you'll work 6 single crochet inside a magic ring. So we will work together here because it's just a little bit different than the previous one. So let's work our first 6 single crochet together here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Now let's pull this tight. And here, just one thing to make it sure, always remember to double secure the beginning of your thread. Okay? Do this with the snout, do this with the ears, do this every time, just to make sure that the beginning of whatever you're crocheting will remain nice and tight. Okay? Now for the second round, you will work 6 single crochet. So let's work here together. This is a small detail. I want to show you here that when you work stitches, there is a very small and close together. You will start crocheting on top of the things and your wrong side might be facing out. So I will show you how we can organize. This is how I call how we can organize the stitches. Okay, so let's finish here with the 6 stitches. Okay, and you can see here that this stitch is scrolling to the outside of the detail, right? So what we can do here is to pull this stitch to the inside so you have the right side facing out. You see how the shape changed? You know, because now your stitches is not on top of each other. Okay, just make sure that you're crocheting very nice here and this is not curling outside. For the third round here you'll work 6 increases and then you'll have 12 single crochet at the end of this round. Count how many stitches you have and pay attention on the shape of this detail. It's small and you know that problem can happen to curl outside. Once you reach here the 12 stitches, you will work around 4 to 6, only 12 single crochet. Okay, very simple, very easy, just 12 single crochet. So work your repetitions here and I will catch you up at the end. This is how it should be looking like. Now you can hide this tail inside, fold it in half, as you can see. For round number 7, you will work 6 single crochet, crocheting the sides together. The first stitch here might be a little bit tricky because it's very near to each other, you see, like it's very close to each other, the first and the last, but after that it should go smooth and very easy. So you have 12 single crochet at the end, right? Once you fold the detail, you have 6 single crochet on one side, 6 single crochet on the other side. You will crochet them together, closing this detail, okay? This will help you very much when you are sewing the detail later, and also will make the ear a little bit more flexible. So when it's playing, you can move around the ear. Not around, but you can move it a little bit. Okay, once you're done, you can cut a little and leave a little bit of room, and ta-da! Magically, I have my second one here. Super good. Now we will work here the handler of this wooden rattle or a teething ring. So I started here with the black color, and with the black you will work 21 chains. So make 21 chain. For the first row you're going to skip the first chain and you'll work 20 single crochet here. Okay, so skip the first chain from the hook, start working on the second chain and make 20 single crochet, and that's it. As you can see here, I like to work on the third loop of the round of the chain, but that's optional to you. You can work on it whichever loop you want. If you follow me here, you know that I always work on the third loop. All right, so now let's work a color change here. We change to the white, chain 1, turn your work, and we will work here 2 rounds with only 20 single crochet. Okay, this now starts to be a very simple detail because we are working a square here to cover a little bit of the wooden ring and to later on sew the head of the zebra on it. Okay, so just work around 2 and 3 and I will show you here once this is ready. Follow the pattern here. You will repeat rounds 1 to 3 rows, right? Because we're working in rows. So as you can see here, you start with the black and then you have 2 rounds here in white, 1 round with the black, 2 rounds more with white, and I did 1 extra round in white. So you have a total here of 7 rows. Rows, not rounds, rows. Okay, you can fasten this off the tails. You can see it here on the wrong side. It can be seen the color change, but that's alright because later on we will sew this on the detail. Okay, here you will use a wooden ring. Um, all materials I'm using here you can find in the written pattern in the description of this video, as well as in the beginning of this, in the description of this video. Okay, so now let's sew this. It's again a very simple way to sew. So you have 20 stitches on each side, right? Because you work a rectangle here, and with a tapestry needle you'll just sew it together one side to another. Okay, very simple, very easy. Just sew it together one side to another. So the first stitch of the row with the first stitch of the other side, and so on. Here we will work a couple of repetitions together just to show you how I make the sewing, and you can continue from there. I don't pay too much attention here on how it's done. The zebra should have an uneven stripes, and that's what we are aiming for here. Okay, so work here, finish sewing this, and you will use this thread that I am sewing here to bring it up to the center. Later I will show you. Here, once you're done, bring it to the center because we will sew the head of the zebra here in this part later on. But now let's finish this head first. As you can see here, I use pins to fasten the central part of the stripes here and the central part on top of the head. Okay, and we will work a shape like a C here, a little bit of the ear. So we will not work fully straight down, but we will work in a small little curve, not too curvy. So we have this nice shape of a ear, not a straight falling down ear. Okay, the exact position that I'm sewing this ear, it's in the written pattern in the description box of this video, as well as in the first comment under here. So check that out, that I write you the exact position to sew everything, or you can just go with your feeling and sew it where it looks symmetrical to you. This is how I usually like to do it. Here I wanted to show you it's a very simple way for sewing, because you have 6 stitches only in the ear, right? So you'll grab 6 stitches from the head. So grab 1 stitch of the head and 1 stitch of the ear. So you can see it here. I'm grabbing 1 stitch of the head, okay, and then 1 stitch here of the ear. You can see it? Alright, and that's it. You have 6 stitches, you'll work just 6 times. I only tell you to go slow. Sewing it's a bit of a pickle. Isn't it fun for majority of us? So go slow and check if the position is still remaining on where you want. Once you're done, bring the thread to 1 stitch outside, but don't cut it. What you're gonna do is, once you finish sewing the other ear, you will bring the thread to the same stitch outside, and then you give a very nice and tight knot. So this will make sure that whoever is playing with this toy, this will be very nice and tight. Then you cut and hide it inside. For sewing the snout is the same thing, okay? You use pins to fasten the snout in the position you think it looks symmetrical to you, or you follow the written pattern and find the exact position. And then I will show you here how I make just the beginning here, a couple of repetitions, because otherwise this video will be like 5 hours long, because sewing really takes time, right? one stitch of the detail here, the snout, and one stitch of the head. Work all the way around, and just before you finish, it's when we will add stuffing material. This is why if you add stuffing material here right now, you'll be grabbing a lot of stuffing material with the tapestry needle or with your sewing needle. So it's better if you just sew it the detail first, at least until halfway. I like to sew it. I will show you almost everything before I add stuffing material. Okay, so here you can see a couple of repetitions, and I will catch you up to add the stuffing material. Super good. Here you can see I left over just a couple of stitches, and I will add here the stuffing material. I like to use my scissor here to help to introduce the stuffing material inside of the nose. And once you're done, add here as much as you want. Once you're done, you just continue sewing until you finish to sew the detail. Okay, super good. Now you continue, and I will catch you up once you're done. Good, look at this. Now we will work here the mane. Okay, so you can see here from this toy, it has a very nice mane, and it's worked together on the surface of this head. All right, we'll work with hyperbolic form, hyperbolic shape. I like it very much, how it looks like at the end. So we'll introduce the black yarn here in the central part of the back. And here I like to start just one round under the stripes, but in the center. You can introduce the thread here. I will show how I do. I just pull it inside, and here I'll just use a pin to fasten this just for now. Later on we will double secure both threads with a knot like I like to do. Okay, so now you start working here surface chain stitch. All right, so you introduce your needle on the same stitch where the yarn is coming out, and you work the chain stitch. I like to use my crochet needle to work this because then I don't need to cut any yarn. But if you want, if it's easier for you, you can cut a long thread, put it in the tapestry needle, and work the chain stitch like embroidering. You can embroider these chain stitches here. But then you need to introduce the yarn again so you can work the stitches later on. For this reason, I like to work all the way only with the crochet hook, and I think is the easiest way, honestly. But I know that a couple of you rather just to embroider first and then work your single crochet later on. Never mind. Here, just work all the way until the front over here, the surface chain stitch. And once you reach the end, you will chain 2, turn your work, and now you will start working double crochet. Okay, here you will work double crochet inside each chain, making an increase. Okay, that means you will work 2 double crochet inside each chain. All right, so here I'll show you my first repetition. So there is 2 double crochet inside the first chain. Now let's move on and work 2 double crochet inside the second chain. If you want your mane to be more rich, with more shape, you can work 3 double crochet here. You can work 3 double crochet in one, 2 double crochet in the other chain. You can do whichever your heart feels like, because this mane is nice. Like that's the beauty of hyperbolical forms, right? You can work just as much increase you want, so you'll have this extra shape on it. Okay, so that's it. I work a couple of repetitions. Once you're done, you see this is kind of the waves that you're going to have at the end. Now you will work here 3 chains. Once you reach the end, you can cut this yarn, and I will show you how to fasten this off. You will bring this thread to one stitch here at the bottom of the head. Okay, this looks super good to me. And once you're done, you bring the other thread here also to the same stitch outside here together. And then you can give a simple knot here, very nice and tight. So all of these are closed, and you cut the yarn and hide it inside of the head. Now, for crochet toys, especially when we are talking about a baby playing, which this toy is made for my baby girl, I like to embroider the eyes so I don't have any plastic things that can fall off or come out. So I will show you here how I embroider the eyes of my toy. So I just grab a black thread and I start making a lot of straight lines. Remember to leave outside a little bit of the thread, because also for this one we will bring this yarn to the outside and make a knot so it double secure. Okay, here if you're using plastic eyes is optional to you. The exact position that I am sewing here, you can find it in the written pattern. So while you're crocheting, you can add the plastic eyes. You just follow up the written pattern. It's right there in the bottom in the assembly. So here I just want to show you, I work a couple of repetitions here, straight lines, straight lines, straight lines, straight lines, a bunch of it, until I reach the shape that I want. This looks very good to me. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. And once you're done with both eyes, I will not work both of them together because, again, it's a matter of repetition. I'm using the same thread here to work the eyebrow. So I embroidered the eyebrow here. I think it's 2 rounds above the eye. Once again, follow the written pattern. All the positions of everything, it's inside the written pattern. You can find it for free on the website. Okay, this looks nice to me. I will bring now this thread here to the bottom, and remember to give it a tight knot and hide it this inside of the head. Okay, now this is an optional detail. You work if you want. I like to make just some simple lines here on the cheek, so we kind of have a fresh looking cheeks and cute also, so my baby girl can play very nicely. Like she cannot play it if you don't have it, this pink detail on the side. Okay, it's a very simple detail, it's very fast to add, and I think it gives it a charm to the zebra. Okay, so I just want to show you here how I make the first one. Once again, leave a tail at the end, give it a tight knot, and hide it inside of the head. Alright, look at this zebra, my goodness. Okay, now let's move on here to the ending of this toy. Is when you're gonna sew it together. Okay, I will bring this yarn better here to the center. Here, it's very important, crucial, I must say, for you to sew it very, very, very tight and grabbing as many stitches, grabbing as much repetition that you can do it, because babies are incredibly strong. Okay, so I want to show you here how I hold it. Hold it firm, the head, with the wooden ring and start sewing together. I want to stress one thing. You can really hold it very firm and kind of squeeze the head of your toy. It won't change the shape. The important here is that you get a good grip while you're sewing it, so the wooden ring remain where you want it to be, at least for the beginning of a couple of stitches where it's moving still around. So a good tip I can give you here is give it a couple of stitches in one side of the wooden ring, on the sides, on the back, and then when you reach where is the exact position, like it's a little bit firm, you can redo everything back all around uh, the the wooden ring. You understand? Like, I just want to stress, make it very, very, very firm here, and then you're good to go. And that's it. This is how I sew it. There is no secret here. Just sew it very tight. And that's it. Once you're done, this is how it should be looking like. I hope you enjoyed this pattern. I hope your little one will like it as well. And I will see you on next pattern. Bye.